back at it. Welcome to Kush Equilibrium. I am your always smoking host. Oops, great. Got an interesting show. Appreciate y'all pulling up for another smoke break while we do our thing. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff helps me take care of the YouTube police. So if we smoking like we always do, like we about to do right now, drinking like we do from time to time, or just talking about hip hop and other various topics adjacent to hip hop, keeps the YouTube police out of our business. It's no different than you being at home, you chilling with your folks, or you doing whatever you doing, and the police come knocking at your door, kills the vibes. Same thing with YouTube, kills the vibes. My bad. Move this damn instant. Oh man. But without further ado, let's get straight to it. I don't want to hold up too much of y'all time. World going crazy, ain't it? World going crazy. I thought long and hard about which way we should start. So I'm gonna go in a little bit of order. I'm gonna need y'all to show me a little bit of patience with this one because I gotta show y'all two clips for us to be able to bring everything together like I want to. I forgot to turn my fan on. I got fat people problems, so I left my fan on. But let me get the ears on. Let me get the sharing screen. And we're gonna get to it. Let me just make sure I got my lighter. We ain't doing nothing without no lighter. Gotta have a lighter. All right, baby. Let's get to it. Now, like I said, a lot going on. And I'm gonna try to work this in a circle as best I can to make it connect back to what we generally talk about, which is hip hop. So you got to be willing to follow me a little bit. So start smoking now. It's going to buy us some time. It's going to buy you a little bit of patience to have this conversation. This is me doing my part with the little platform I got to put the medicine in the candy. That's all this is. Now, let's get down to business. Right. I hear y'all like, oh, what is he doing? Look, gotta start here. This is courtesy of Roland Martin. Like I said, everybody's aware of what's going on with Jimmy Kimmel, so forth, so on. I'm not gonna say the other name because it's been said ad nauseum. I'm not giving time on my platform to hype up nobody that I didn't care about when it was here. So do with that what you will. But the ramifications of that moment in time happening, the ripple effects, we, which is always my priority, we as a people are starting to feel it. And I want y'all to be aware. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to sway nobody's opinion. I'm not trying to get you to think the way I think. I want you to be aware. What you do after that, it's on you. I'm not your daddy. I'm just somebody you pull up and smoke with. That's it. But I want you to know what's going on. Like I said, I want you to know what's going on. So we're going to start with Roland Martin. As you see, it's 24 minutes. We're not going to touch none of that 24 minutes. It's only about a couple of minutes. And then we're going to move on to the next thing. And then I can wrap it up and bring it all together for you. So let's get going.
Multiple HBCUs have been under a lockdown amid threats to their campuses. Alabama State University, Hampton University, Virginia State University, Southern University in Baton Rouge, as well as Bethune-Cookman University in Florida were all placed on lockdown today, each citing potential threats made against their campuses. In Atlanta, Spelman College urged students and faculty to avoid campus and implemented high...
Now, before you keep going, because I got to keep in mind, everybody don't know what an HBCU is. These are historical black colleges. These are institutions where we as a people can go and gain knowledge from people like us who already have gotten the knowledge and they're passing it along to us. Some of us don't. It's hard to trust information that don't come from somebody of your own liking. No big deal. I'm not judging. I went to a regular college. I was cool with that. Some not. So they choose a HBCU because there's a more of a trust in who you get the information from. Plus, there's a it's a place of learning where the history is ours and is rich. So that's just my quick little 1-2 on HBCUs. But let's proceed.
Security measures following a threat made against nearby Clark Atlanta University. Campus police at Clark Atlanta University confirmed the threat had been received, prompting a shelter-in-place order. These incidents come one day after right-wing influencer Charlie Kirk was shot dead on a college campus in Utah. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries released a statement about these threats. This is what he had to say. He said, the violent threats made today against several historically black colleges and universities throughout the nation are despicable, and yet another indication that the explosion of hateful extremism is out of control. We stand with the students, faculty, and communities that have had their peace and safety disrupted. I'm thankful to local law enforcement for their swift response. The Department of Justice and FBI must thoroughly investigate any potential act of domestic terrorism and not turn a blind eye when black college students are apparently being viciously targeted. These attempts to intimidate everyday Americans will not stand. We need leadership at this moment that brings the country together. Now, a threat was also made against the Democratic National Committee headquarters. Senate staff received.
We ain't got going to all that. We ain't got going to all that. Don't worry about us. Don't worry about us. Now, played that first, so I want everybody to know what's going on. So often we get caught in our own bubbles, rightfully so. Life is not easy. Life is hard, and it seems like it's barely enough time for just regular everyday things, let alone the stuff that you actually want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I felt the need to let people know, like, the aftermath of that man's death is spreading. Everybody's also already aware that Jimmy Kimmel was canceled because the powers that be felt that his comments were lacking sufficient couth. We'll put it that way. Sufficient couth. So as you see already, even though we had nothing to do with that, when I say we, I mean we. Us. Had nothing to do with that. Now, I say that so you know what's going on. Dave Chappelle announced that he's doing a tour. Well, he's doing a concert October 10th, if I'm not mistaken, in Washington, D.C. So this man, who's very outspoken, is going to be in Donald Trump's backyard. Yes, that's Dave Chappelle's home. That's where he was. That's where he's from. I'm fortunate enough that Dave decided to spend the remainder years of his life here in the state of Ohio. Well, I can't say here because I'm not in Ohio anymore, but I was born and raised in Ohio. So, but like, I want to celebrate Dave Chappelle potentially doing another special. I'm hoping this turns into a special. Where's my lighter? So he's going back to Washington. We all know Dave. We all love him. He's not a quiet person. He speaks. The stuff that we should be looking at the news for, we get it from our comedians. Specifically comedians who are like Dave Chappelle. Again, the medicine in the candy. We get to laugh, all that good stuff. But then when we think about what he said, like, wait a minute, did he say the analysis afterwards have you thinking and deep thinking? Again, shout out to him. He get black people to think. He's our modern day Martin Luther King. Better yet, scratch that. Malcolm X. Malcolm told us how it was. You might not like it, but that's okay. Malcolm told us straight to our face what it was. And it's rare for us as a community to have somebody we could openly celebrate like this. We have a Kendrick Lamar now saying the things we feel need to be said. It's a price to that. It's a price to a Jimmy Kimmel. It's a price to a Dave Chappelle. It's a price to a Kendrick Lamar. We ain't seen it yet. So when I hear a Dave Chappelle is going essentially home to do a show, I should be able to confidently smile and celebrate him instead of being worried. Because I know, I'm old enough to know his words has consequences. A few years ago, right? Y'all remember a few years ago, man ran up on stage, attacked Dave Chappelle. Y'all remember that? If y'all ain't thinking like me, y'all smoke a lot. Y'all smoke a lot. Let me refresh your memory. Refresh your memory. Y'all remember this? This moment. Dave Chappelle at the Hollywood Bowl setting records. And then this happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for hip hop history. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for hip hop history. I am going to kill that. Wait, I gotta see this. Stop him. Thank God that was clumsy.
Thank God he was clumsy. We laughed that moment off. Why? It's a homeless guy. He ain't really planned it out. That's what happens when somebody doesn't like what you say. Unskilled, untrained, that's what happens. We saw what happened already. What happens when somebody who's trained, who's skilled, doesn't like what you say. I'm not going to play that video. I'm not cool with that. I'm not about to celebrate that man. I'm not about to mourn that man. Nothing. I'm neutral. Do what y'all will with that. Here's Dave Chappelle, one of our greats. and a vagrant would manage to pull that off. So what happens when he gets to Washington, D.C.? Nation's capital. Homecoming for Dave Chappelle. But also the place where Donald Trump does business. We're seeing Jimmy Kimmel canceled. Jamel Hill from ESPN, she was canceled too. Outspoken people gone. So somebody rationalized to me why we're not more concerned. I've always wondered, I don't know about y'all, but I've always wondered when the moment was going to come when someone manages to silence Dave Chappelle. Haven't you? While we love his boldness, while we enjoyed the intellect that he shared, while we laugh until we hit the floor at the jokes that he masterfully puts together, let's be for real. Beyond all of that, you ain't never wondered, like, I know the powers that be ain't rocking with this. Not what Dave talking about. With the powers that be seemingly acting and doing the things they do, I don't know about y'all, but it got me a little concerned. It has me a little concerned. Concerned enough to have my attention. Because here we are doing this show when I would rather be kicking Drake back in. Pause, just in case somebody out there want to be suspect about it. And he plays a part in this too. Because if the powers that be manage to police what's said on TV, and Drake pulls off his little thing, Operation Paperwork, to where we have to be careful what we do on this here YouTube thing, to where our music won't express the thoughts and feelings that we want to express, but don't know how or are afraid to do so. What in the blue blazes are we about to do? Y'all tell me what the hell we gonna do? There's nowhere to go for free thought, free speech. This is one of the many reasons I continue to rail on Drake every chance I get. Whenever I get the feeling. When I get a tickle in my loins to just, you know what? I ain't gave Drake his due attention. It's all the same thing. Systematic control is something we cannot let happen. On a side note, I'm hoping all the wonderful people of Washington, D.C. understand y'all got a job to do. While y'all there enjoying them jokes, some laughs, and all the knowledge, everything he pours out during that show, enjoy it. Remember it. I'm sure it's gonna be dope. I look forward to it. Again, I hope it's something that's turned into like a Netflix special or something like that. The streams would be amazing. My Netflix is paid, so I'm already ready. But and this could be my paranoia. This could be my paranoia. But I'm old enough to remember all the great people we've had, even before I was old enough to talk. I'm thinking about all like the greats that we had, how we lost them, the manner in which we lost them, public display, in moments where they were passing knowledge onto us. They were taken away. And here's Dave Chappelle, a wordsmith like no other. I really mean that. For what he means to us, to see him going to what I think is ground zero. All these radical people out here now, it gives me flashbacks of losing Malcolm during the speech. I always hope for the best and prepare for the worst. So yes, I hope he go do that show. He do his thing like nobody else can. Show the world why he is the greatest comedian of all time. Give us the medicine we need. At the same time, exits and we move on. We go on to the next day. But with the world the way it is right now, I could be living in my own fear, but I can't look past the possibility in the radical world that we live in for somebody to hop stupid and silence a loud voice that we hold high. I feel like this is a conversation for certain people of a certain age. I could be wrong. But I felt as if I have a platform, regardless of how small this platform may be. That's the now. That's not the future. That's the now. But I have it. And I have to do my part to say something. If I'm bold enough to sit here and talk the way I do about Drake and several others, stuff that in the grand scheme of life probably doesn't rank as high compared to a lot of other things, but I do it. So in this moment when real life things are happening, I would have to be a coward not to say anything, to say nothing. I can't be proud of who I am and what I am when it's good, but then when stuff look ugly, like it might get wicked, throw my hands up and say I'm not a black dude that grew up in the hood. I can't tell nobody else what to do with they platform. I know there's plenty of people on YouTube who talk about Drake all day, every day, and they not gonna touch this. It's sad. If that's how they get down, that's how they get down. But I really wish that wasn't the case. But I felt like this was the best way for me to go about introducing this topic, discussing this topic with y'all in the most genuine way possible. I'm not somebody heavy into politics or none of that. But I'm not naive. I'm not blind. I'm gonna show. Look, I'm gonna show you. This is my proof that I'm not blind. I got every 6 months, $300 for some vision. So I'm not blind. Stuff is about to get really wicked in all aspects of life. We need to be aware of what's going on around us. So value a Dave Chappelle. Value a Kendrick Lamar. Value Jamel Hill, because how she now on ESPN with all the struggles they got going on is crazy work. A Colin Kaepernick, who better than some of the bums in the NFL right now, including my quarterback for the Browns. Like, what are we talking about here? A lot of people already been sacrificing. The heat's turning up on the pot. So I don't want to make this too long. I just wanted to do my little part to let y'all know what's up in my own fashion. I don't ever want to be fake and phony around here. Even when it's important, I got to deliver it in a way that's genuine to the show. We gonna always smoke, because that helps me be patient with topics that I just don't want to talk about. But I appreciate y'all pulling up for another smoke break while we talk about, what do we call it? Talk about life. While we talk about life. And life is life. Like, comment, subscribe, help me take care of them YouTube police. I appreciate it so much, because they show not be. Did you say like, comment, and subscribe? Yes. Get off my back, sir. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it if y'all going to take care of that, like, immensely. And the next topic it'll be a hip hop topic, not this, but I needed to get this off my chest. I needed to talk to my folks. I don't care if it's one person, 7 people, 1,000 people. Don't matter. But if you got some people that struggle with these kind of topics, share this video with them. Tell them to sit down, roll up something, pour you something to drink. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Don't run away from what's going on. Don't hide from it. Take the information. Do what you will with it after that. But I appreciate y'all, man. This is the first time I think we sat and was really grown with each other. You know, we can be grown from time to time. That's all right. We ain't gonna make a habit of it too often. Like, I don't know, the way the world going, we might be having a lot more serious conversations, but we gonna deal with it, y'all. We gonna deal with it. But appreciate y'all. I'm out of here.